Okay. Good morning. And I'm so tired. Hello. Good morning. Is this the right camera? I think so. Does it move more to the right angle? I think so. I think. Yeah, I think I just forgot that I changed the angle. But actually, why is it this angle? Did I move my mouse pad? Should not then. Maybe I did move my camera by accident. No, because the center point should be here. Did I move my... What the... I'm so confused. Oh, okay. I know what I did. I moved... Moved this. Can I fit this to screen? There we go. Okay. It makes way more sense now. Actually, here, let's reset transform. Fit to screen. And then flip. Perfect. All right. Now I have to figure out where this goes. Technically, this is middle. Actually, let's do the full screen. Let's see how off middle this is. Should be like there. Which now means this needs to move a smidge. There you go. No, this can go in. It was almost spot on. There. Middle. Only issue is this is... No. That should actually be the middle. So this is midpoint, which actually midpoint should be like right here. Oh my gosh. So that should be midpoint. Are we still good? Yep. Okay. All that just to get middle. Sick. Fantastic. Awesome. And let's bump the camera down. So it's just shooting down. Perfect. Awesome. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so actually, camera did need to get moved. Oh god. That's a good midpoint. Oh man. That's what I feel like doing, man. It's a lot of shit going on here. I just want this to be like perfect. And like it's just not working out for me. Ah. Alright, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Alright, we're good. Good morning, Maelstrom. Good morning, stream. So today, we're gonna be working on something a little bit different. Over the weekend, I did complete my National Dex Binder, so I'll show that off on stream tomorrow. And by complete, I mean I officially have gone through all of my bulk and picked out all the Pokemon that are unique. And that binder is now filled with everything that I own. And I'm short 54 Pokemon. So I will probably end up going on a journey to like local shops or card shows to get the remaining cards I need for that. I think that would be a fun little challenge to do, to get those Pokemon, or get them through trades, whether it be through my family, like my cousins, or get them through, you know, trades with other people, whatever it might be. So for now, what I'll be working on today shouldn't be anything crazy long of a project. But I've got 4 different artist collections. I've got actually 5, but the 5th artist she's gonna need her own binder that's gonna be huge. My Yukamori collection. So my Yukamori collection is gonna need a big binder. Now, these collections are all gonna get a 4-pocket binder. And right now for 4-pocket binders, I have these 2. I hope to be able to obtain 2 more Voltex binders. They restock mid-May, so hopefully in a couple of weeks they'll restock. And I'm hoping to get a teal one and either black or yellow. I think I'm gonna go for black. And so I want to put the crochet one in the teal binder because the shade of teal that it is my wife's favorite color, and the crochet collection is something that we're going to work on together. So this I want to go into that binder, so we're not going to be putting this collection into a binder just yet. And I think my smaller collection is going to be my Conda collection, which I'm only missing 4 cards. I did pretty much buy every single card that I could. The only cards I'm missing are the like extremely expensive ones, so like the Magikarp, the Giratina V, the Roaring Moon. What is it? Roaring Skies. And there's one not expensive one that I'm missing. There's a Slowbro prize pack one that I missed when I was buying them all, so I'll end up buying that as well. And this one will pretty much be complete up to the point that I'm comfortable with. It's going to be the normal versions and the reverse hollows. That was actually very inexpensive to get all of those. So this one will go into the other binder I buy, either a black one or the yellow one. So that leaves us with these. Frog Gamer, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. And yourself? So I think I'm gonna put my Taira Akitsu collection into the green binder because I'd like to do this one in my favorite color is blue, and I think it would be cool to have the two clay collections both in like this darker blue. Obviously they're still being separated by one being in the 4 pocket binder and one being in the 16 pocket binder. So this is my Sachiko Adachi collection, and I'll be putting her stuff into this 4 pocket binder, and then the Yukamori, I want to get a 16 pocket binder in this shade of blue as well. So these two are going to be the collections that we're working on sleeving up and putting away today, at least until I got to get going. I'm doing good. That's good to hear. Good to hear, good to hear. So we can actually start sleeving these bad boys up, and then we'll unbox these. So that is just work on unsleeving, and we'll then re-sleeve. I guess I could have been sleeving as I unsleeve, but got any exciting plans for today, Frog? This is probably my favorite art that I have so far for this collection. It's Mian Xiao. Actually pulled this Mian Xiao in a pack battle that my wife and I did. If I edit this into video, I'll show the recording of when we were opening our packs and I pulled it. Tomorrow, my prismatic surprise boxes come in. So I'll be doing another pack battle with my wife and recording it. So yeah, hopefully we can figure out a situation where the mic picks up both of us better. But I'm thinking that I'm gonna try to get like the microphone somewhere in like the middle here, but have this bar kind of dividing up the space, so that way, again, the mic's in the middle and it's not completely intrusive, but it's in a way that helps split the space. Nope, 0 plans. Well, sometimes 0 plans is good. 0 plans means you get to just relax, hang out, and chill. But yeah, so originally when I started this whole wanting to collect cards, it started because I asked my dad for my childhood collection, and then from there, oh my god, there's an ant. There's an ant. What are you doing? Go. There's an ant. Yeah, we're dealing with ants in my house right now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's the little baby ants. Dude, one year we had big ants. That was not a good year. I don't mind the small ants. The small ants, when they crawl on you, it doesn't feel as creepy as when the bigger ants crawl on you. Anyways, my dad pulled out my collection, got my collection, and then I found Deep Pocket Monster, and it was actually his video of like doing the national Dex binder. He called it the Giga Dex Challenge, I think. It was his video that kind of inspired me to collect one of each Pokemon, do a national Dex binder. That caused me to, you know, pull out all the bulk that I had in my own closet, trade away my magic bulk for Pokemon bulk, and then as I got deeper into the hobby, like just exploring all the different things online, I noticed that people did artist collections, and I thought that was really cool. And for me, when I first started picking out an artist, I really liked Yukamori because the clay art is something completely different. And so as I was pulling aside the Yukamori art, I noticed there's actually another clay artist, that it wasn't all Yukamori. And then we stumbled upon the crochet artist. And again, it's something that's different than like your traditional art. So those artists really jumped out at me. And so as we went, you know, sorting through for our national Dex binder, here I'll show you guys all the cards that I'm putting in there. I found some other artists that I really liked. Some that just way too many different arts for me to want to collect. But some in like that sweet number spot that as a new collector, I wouldn't mind picking up the collection for these. Taira Kitsu being one of them. I really like their line weight and the way that things are rendered. It's a really nice style. At least I really enjoy the style. So these are all the arts that I have. And something interesting about this artist is it's one of the artists that does a lot of trainer cards, supporter cards, I should say. And so here's one of the supporters. So it'll be cool to have this as one of the collections, because I'll have a reason to have some of these supporter cards being collected, which is really cool. It's, I think, the only artist that I collect that does any sort of supporter cards. It's a bank holiday today, so what I was going to do, I can't do. Oh, that's unfortunate. So here is the Voltex binder. I think that's pretty much all that comes in the box. Oh man, this thing needs some working to stay open. We got the little protector at the front. And now I do have a list, a way that I want these cards to be sorted within this binder. I have a whole Excel sheet for my artist collection to help me keep track of what cards I need, similar to my National Dex Excel sheet. So we are on Taira Kitsu. So for this first page, oh, this is the middle. For this first page, I don't have any of the Pokemon that I need in here, but we got Vulpix and Ghastly on this page. There's supposed to be some Butterfrees on the page behind it, but I got none. So let's see. Butterfrees, Chandelure. Oh, that's why I couldn't do this one just yet. I need to continue going through to see which So I can't do this one just yet. Swanna, Victini. So the reason why I can't do this one just yet is there is a world where like I put them in here, but then I have to rework them because some of these have alternate versions. So like, for example, this Victini has a reverse hollow, but there's also 2 other variations. There's a Cinderace number 4 stamp and then a Cinderace number 53 stamp. So we'll actually have to continue this collection maybe during tomorrow's stream. I should have the rest of this already figured out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff away and we'll sleeve up the next collection. This is as far as I feel comfortable going because I went up to the next Pokemon. So Altaria actually has a price pack version. And then the Dreadnought goes here with a reverse Dreadnought and then Cracked Ice. After that, it goes this Horsey. And then after that, I'm not sure if the Horsey is going to have any sort of promo or whatnot. So we'll actually stop here and we'll come back to this one later. Oh, this little zipper has like a little sticky too. Interesting. So this one we'll come back to. Whoa. Hey, what the? That's interesting. So I didn't notice that, but it's actually just one whole zip. So it doesn't actually zip closed. That's interesting. I have 3 Christmas calendar cards right next to me. Ooh. Christmas calendar cards. Which Pokemon were those? So the next one is going to be the Sachiko Adachi collection. So actually, let's go ahead and get the binder out of here. So there's our Voltex binder in the blue. Yeah, I guess that is how they are. There's like it's gonna be hard to see, but yeah, it doesn't actually. Okay, 1, 2. All right, 3. So I think that other green one may have been like a display piece because it was missing the back wrinkly paper, and the box did look kind of open. Hi, Pink. Hi, Coco. Hi, Ansem. By the way, I'm not flirting. It's just something I do so people feel better about themselves. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then this little pull tabby we can get rid of. But yeah, I guess it makes sense because yeah, when you fold the binder out this way, then this zipper can just freely sit like that. Okay, that makes sense. Alrighty. So that is gonna be that. Hi, Zhao. Stantler, Cryogonal, and Glacier. Nice. I moved from YouTube over here. Nice. So you went from TikTok to YouTube the other day. Now you went from YouTube to Twitch. It's kind of funny. But welcome. All right, let's just put these on the outside for now. Those off to the side. Yeah, so some of you might wonder why I actually insert these cards from bottom to top. So in card games, sometimes people double sleeve their cards. So usually the inner sleeve is done this way. That way you still put them into the normal sleeve from top to bottom. That way if the card has like some sort of decal or something, like a design on the back, you know, it's still facing upright instead of upside down. It helps create like a little pocket in the card when it's double sleeved. And so it's just something that I'm getting in the habit of doing that way, just in case I do ever want to start double sleeving cards, or maybe if I ever want to come back to here and double sleeve these with the penny sleeves, I can do that. How's your morning going? If it's morning for you? Yeah, my streams are always morning streams. My morning started off pretty rough. I kept waking up last night, couldn't stay asleep. And so that caused me to not get the best sleep, which is why I was late to today's stream. Speaking of late, my coffee. I need to make sure I'm keeping track of time as well, because got to make sure that I leave on time for work. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just stayed up too late doing this shit pretty much. So that's my own fault. Okay, that one I believe was sleeved properly. Yeah. I mean, I guess like the waking up constantly isn't really anybody's fault at that point. Yeah, so the difference between Adachi's clay and Yukamori's clay is typically Adachi. It always seems like it is a front view, and it's almost like a side scrolly feel to it. Like it feels like there's layers, and I'm not 100% sure that it is clay or real medium, but I think it is. I have to do a little bit more research, because one site said that some people thought it was 3D generated, which it very well could be. But I mean, either way, even if it isn't like truly clay and it is 3D generated, it's still like a new aesthetic compared to, you know, your drawn arts and stuff like that. So it's still interesting enough for me to want to collect. And like I said, I still do collect traditional like drawing artists. It just depends on who it is. So these are the ones that I have so far for my Adachi collection. The Adachi collection might be one of those collections that take a little bit longer, because I do plan on collecting the reverse hollows, but the reverse hollows are kind of expensive. For my Yukamori, I plan on just doing one of each art initially, and then maybe somewhere down the line collecting every variation that she has. But for now, because she's got the most cards out of anybody I'm collecting, it feels like more cost effective to get hers as just like one of each art, whether it be hollow or not, reverse hollow or not. Alright, Chico Adachi. They're so cute. Yeah, they're adorable. Nah, they're normally real clay. Okay, thank you. That's what I thought, but one page that I went on when it was explaining it was saying that it could have been 3D generated. And I was like, really? So we got Voltorb here, Golbat here, Zubat, Apom, Remoraid. So this is interesting. This Spinnerack art was used in EX Unseen Forces. But for whatever reason, that art was reused in Celestial Storm. So it's the same art as Unseen Forces. And actually, I think it's a little bit zoomed out. Yeah, it's a smidge zoomed out. This is a closer shot of it. It's the same shot, just cropped differently. Kakuna, then coughing here. Coughing Makuhita and Puchiena. Then we got Cascoon, which I don't have. Chinchou. Clan Pearl. Combuskin. Did I have these organized correctly? Yeah, 75 and 79. The way that I'm putting them in my binder is order of set release, and then also by set number. So the lower set, like if they're in the same set, the lower number should be first. Buskin, Torchic, Trico. Trico we actually do have both. We're missing Quagsire. And we've got the Seadra. The Mareep. Vulpix. Missing the normal Kirlia, but we do have the reverse hollow. The reverse hollows were always kind of weird for me because they look hollow, right? Like this is normally what you would consider a hollow, but these ones, the hollow or the reverse hollows are actually like this with the stamp in the corner. I think that's how they did it for the EX era. Very strange. Lairon, Charmander here. And then Trapinch. So we got the reverse hollow Trapinch. A Choke from Stormfront. Duskull. I remember having a reverse hollow of this. And the Scorpy. Graveler. No Gulpin. Heracross, we have both the normal and the reverse. Then we've got Sudowoodo. Primate, Mankey, Raticate, Rattata, Tentacruel, and then Tentacool. And then Palpitoad. And then the Spinneracks. That's everything that I currently have. And then after this would be Lampent. And then we haven't seen Sachiko Adachi do anything else. Unified Minds was the last set, and it would have been the Lampents. We have all these that are going to be free for, I mean, whenever. So we can go back to the start, check it out. Voltorb, Golbat, Remoraid, Spinnerack, Coughing, Akahita, Puchiena, Chinchou, Clamperl, Combuskin, Clopsidra, Marie, Curlia, Charmander, Trapinch, Chop, Machamp, not Machop, Machoke, not even Machamp, Machoke, Duskull, Skorupi, Graveler, Heracross, and then like 2 missing pages. Tentacool, Palpitoad, and Spinarak. It's cool, we have 1 complete page. Nice. So there we go. Sachiko Daiichi binder complete. And then like I said, this one, my Conda collection will go in a black binder. I really like Conda's art though. It's just like, I like the color pencil look. And it's just very, I don't know, it's different. It's similar to Kamiya's art. But yeah, Kamiya's got way too many cards for me to start a Kamiya collection. I could do one just for fun, but like just not have like all Kamiya cards, similar to what I'm doing with Yukimori. But I'd rather just put the ones that I have into my National Dex binder. This Absol is really sick. I really like this Absol. And this Blitzel. And I have both, the normal and the reverse. Sharpedo's pretty sick. Girafarig. The Slitherwing and the Iron Moth. And that's it. Alrighty. I gotta go, but if you're streaming later, I'll definitely stop by to say hello. Sounds good, Joe. At one time, there was only 9 Leptis cards, so I had them in a 3x3 page framed on the wall. I did a whole painted ocean background for the frame and stuff, but while it was entrusted to my parents during move shenanigans, it got moldy. No! I'll have to redo it sometime. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, block of text story. I have 3 of the Yukimori Halloween Litwicks. Do I have? I haven't sorted this. My Yukimori collection is still unsorted. Yukimori is still unsorted, but I have a ton of Yukimori. I think I do. I think that reverse hollow Litwick. So that's the normal. Yeah. And then there's the normal Litwick and then the Halloween Litwick. So I've got the 3 variations. I have all the different art styles in the cards. It's just my brain. Yeah. That's the thing, is like all of these collections are pretty unique. Except for like comparing Yukimori to Sachiko Adachi. But the thing is, even with Adachi's work, you can tell the difference. Because most of the time, right, Yukimori's art is in nature. Whereas Adachi's is... the background, it's like crafted because it's like these little crayon or pencil, whatever, cutouts behind the clay. So that's like one of the ways that's like easy to tell their art apart. So even though they work with the same medium, they still have a different way of presenting it, which is really cool. Really, really cool. So yeah, for my Yukimori collection, I'll probably do 1 of each. So like for the Litwick, this will be the one that I choose because I like the reverse hollow a bit better than these. But these will go to the back of the binder. That way I still have them easy access for when, if I ever want to do like the full version Baltoy, Wormadam, Sandshrew, Tinamo. Do I have those? So I guess we can kind of chill and do that right now. Just pick out which ones we want. Baltoy, Tinamo. Did I have a Wormadam? These are some of the OG ones. Oh, and that's the other reason why I really wanted to do Adachi is because, or not Adachi, Yukamori. When I first was going through my kid bulk, I had almost every single Yukamori one from like the Wizards of the Coast era. And check out these ones. These are my favorite. The Ditto ones. The Ditto ones are so good. It was hard. It's like, do I put this in my Ditto collection? Or do I do a Yukamori collection? And I just really like the clay. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do a Yukamori collection. And I'll prioritize them into my Yukamori. I think everything else is like unique. This is amazing. This Grimer. I love this Grimer. Such a good Grimer. Do you have any sentimental cards? Sentimental cards. I have to find it, but I do have one where I got it signed by a world champion when I first was getting into the Pokemon card game as a child. That card is probably just like the most sentimental. The other ones that held sentimental value, unfortunately, at this point, are gone. Because I gave them away to my brother-in-law when he was a kid, and then he ended up giving those away when he wasn't as interested in the hobby anymore. So those cards had sentimental value because they were cards that that I played with a lot with my cousins. We went to tournaments and stuff. So a lot of those cards, like just the cards themselves, hold memories. Like so if I found like there was one Machamp that cost like 1 fighting energy, and I think it was if the opposing Pokemon is like a basic Pokemon, it's knocked out. There's the Wormadam. That card, like, I know it in my head because it was a deck that my cousin and I built. It was a donk deck. It was focused on hoping that your opponent only drew 1 basic, and then on your turn you would evolve into Machamp, put the energy down, and then evolve, or then hit them and just beat them that way. What was another deck? Was my Gliscor Gengar deck. That holds value because it was a deck that I constructed by myself. Didn't really see the deck anywhere, and it was a really fun deck. Luxray, Blazeray, or Blazeray was the name of the deck, but it was Luxray, Blaziken, I think level X. I think they were still level X's at the time, and it was during the Rising Rivals era. That was a deck that I loved playing. Was another like deck that was in my head, that like the cards that I just remembered. I think it was really those ones. I remember my cousin running a Beedrill deck. But yeah, those hold sentimental value just because it was, you know, me and my cousins getting into Pokemon, like playing the card game, and just having fun with it. So unfortunately, all those cards that hold that kind of sentimental value are gone. Any other card aside from that, it would just be... I still have it. It's a Miltank card. I think I did put it in my National Dex binder. But I remember when second generation came out, I remember bringing that milk tank to the playground. And I'm pretty sure that's in my National Dex binder. And then, yeah, just the cards that the Dark Explorers set. Any card from Dark Explorers kind of holds some sentimental value. Just because that's the set that my wife and I really played into a lot. So... got the Pokemon Go Spinnerack from Yukimori. And Yukimori Murkrow. I have the Murkrow. I don't think I have the Go one. Did I have the Go one? I gift Lovedis cards to the people I care about the most. So now there's like 3 people with bragging rights that they've been given a Lovedis money. Nice. Because in the Pokemon lore, Lovedisc are gifted to loved ones. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. Like tying in the lore into real life gifting the card. That is awesome. I do have the Spinnerack Go. I don't have the reverse holo though. And I know I have the Murkrow. There's a Murkrow. I'm interested to see how many of her cards I actually have though. So we can re-sleeve these while we're yip yap chit chat. Same thing. I'll probably end up doing these by set release. I just haven't made my Yukimori Excel sheet yet because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But I think doing a full Yukimori collection would just be too stressful. And I think just getting a full Yukimori, like one of each art set, is more interesting to me right now. And like I'd rather just have a full Yukimori set of just one of each now and then move the cards later if I truly do want to tackle the daunting task of getting one of each variation. So that one's going to be a very long mission. Yukimori Snom. Nice. I've got that one. I've got that one as well. Do you, Frog, do you have any collections yourself? What is the time? 6:52. Alrighty. Got all these already sleeved up. No collections. You just buy the cards. I'm really excited to crack into the Yukimori stuff tomorrow. Or I mean the Yukimori, the Prismatic Evolution stuff. It'll be the first time that I open Prismatic. There's a couple cards that I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for the The Roaring Skies would be a sick pull because that's, you know, a card for the collection. That would be a really cool pull. The Cerulege would be an amazing pull. And then the Moonbryon would be, or the Sunbryon would be really sick. Even if it was one of the other, evolutions, it would be cool just because I know if it was one of the other evolutions, if it looks good, I'm probably going to send it in for grading and then probably end up selling it. That way, it gives me more funds for the things that I want to collect. Because I don't really care. The only evolutions that I really care about are Umbreon and Vaporeon. Just because dark and water types are like my favorite. But even if it was the Vaporeon, I think I'd sell it. I think the only evolution that I really care to collect would be Umbreon. But I don't know if I would want to sell the Sunbryon just to, again, fund my other collections. I think I would be okay. I think I would be okay doing that. If I was turning one card into hundreds of cards, I think I'd be okay. But I'm not sure. I'll know if I pull the card, how I feel then. Might want to hold on to it for a little bit. Who knows? We'll see. That being said, grading, I don't think I talked about it, but recorded a video of my dad and I picking out cards to get sent out to get graded. He's going to be sending out quite a lot of cards. Kind of did prediction of what the cards would grade. And we'll see what they end up being when what grade they end up getting when they come back. But alrighty, let's see. Can I fit these cards now that they're sleeved? Yes, still can fit them in here. Perfect. Throw those in there. These. Go ahead and put back into that small box. My artist collections. Alrighty. So, that will be it for me today. We'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, I hope to have put in enough research for my Taira Kitsu collection to see what other ones have prize promos or different variations. That way, we're not needing to move a bunch of cards around. So, yeah, there's like a Kirlia staff promo. I don't even know where Kirlia goes. Oh, I see the Kirlia. So there's a Kirlia promo that is just like for people, and then there's also the staff one. The staff one costs like 25 bucks. But I know that collection is a smaller collection, so I wouldn't mind doing one of each for that collection. But okay, that's gonna be it for me today. Hopefully I'll be on time tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream will be filling in the Taira Kitsu binder, and then after that, I'll probably play the TCG. And then we'll have to figure out what we're doing for the rest of the week, because we're pretty much done with our collecting era, where it's like hard focused on collecting. Or actually maybe tomorrow we'll be working on the model after we do the binder. But okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys chilling and hanging out with me. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day or night, whichever it might be for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, Frog. Bye, Pink. I'll see y'all later.